Alright, good morning, y'all. We have Miss Brooke, Miss Hilda, and Mr. Josh. Alright, we ready? Alright, good morning. My name is Stephanie Akins, and I'm currently a nationally registered paramedic. I am also nationally or state certified in North and South Carolina. I have currently been in the field 11 years. I am a student at Aiken Tech, and this is my informative speech on my career choice. Everyone at some point has heard the Bible verse Isaiah 6 through chapter 6 verses 8 through 13. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am, send me." This verse alone gives me confirmation of I had a higher calling to be a paramedic. Paramedicine is a rewarding and challenging career. It takes strong and determined people in order to handle organized chaos. Today I'm going to discuss what it takes to become a paramedic, some of the challenges we face, and starting from education to training to the schedule. Starting with education and training is the most important part when it comes to being a successful paramedic. When a student is finished with paramedicine school, they will complete a total of 1,100 hours by the end of their program. The hours are broken down into 3 categories. First category is going to be classroom. Classroom is the part where you do the classwork, the testing, the actual paper book work. That is a total of 470 hours of instruction. This ranges from scene safety, basic safety on scene, and all the way up to ACLS training when it comes to resuscitating a pediatric patient. The second category is going to be your clinical hours. This is normally held within a hospital situation. You learn to start your IVs, you learn to place the EKGs. That is a total of 270 hours. The final category we do is we call field hours, or most medics tend to call them truck hours. That's a total of 360 hours. This helps the paramedic to guide and evaluate their skills and also apply what they've learned. They're usually paired up with a seasoned medic. After completion of all these hours, you have to take an exam through National Registry EMS. It's usually 2 parts. You have a computer base, which is anywhere from 80 to 150 questions, and it lasts about 2 hours. And then you have a psychomotor exam, which is hands-on part. You are given different scenarios by an evaluator to see how well you can perform under so-called pressure. Seems like a lot of education and training for such little pay. The next part we're going to talk about is the pay and the schedule. Paramedics are faced with life and death situations every single day they clock in. When they clock in for a 24-hour shift, normally most EMS services. They have anywhere from 48 to 72 hours off, unless you're understaffed. Then we tend to pick up on different shifts to try to help out. Let's talk about the salary. How much does a paramedic make to put up with all of this? Missing holidays, family events, scheduling. A paramedic salary in South Carolina ranges anywhere from $37,000 to $55,000, again, depending on the location and the agency that you work for. There are currently 272 EMS agencies and 11,000 working personnel. Most EMS services are on a 24/72 rotation, unless you pick up extra shifts, like I said. However, let me talk about Florence County, South Carolina. Last month, in the month of May 2023, there was 2,424 EMS calls. Just EMS calls, not law enforcement calls. In a year, Florence County EMS will run approximately 250,000 calls. 151,000 of those calls are emergent, meaning law enforcement, EMS, or fire. Of those calls, 99,000 were non-emergent. The average call per day in Florence, South Carolina is approximately 700. Average call per hour is 30. Seems like a lot, right? But how many agencies are in the county? In Florence County, they have 10 law enforcement agencies, 5 fire departments, 3 rescue squads, 1 county EMS service that has about 8 trucks, depending on, scheduling and staffing. That means at least 8 medics to cover a county to run these 700 calls, depending on the nature. Seems overwhelming, right? Well, it is. But let's talk about the benefits. Next thing we're going to discuss is the insurance and retirement. Most agencies will cover a portion of your health insurance, if not all. However, the state benefits are state retirement, which you go into the PIVA system, which is really nice. The scheduling is appealing to some, but not all. So let's talk about your effects in the community. That's priceless. Being a paramedic, getting your education, and being able to help somebody is beyond worth it. So in conclusion, paramedicine as a whole is a stressful, exhausting job, but it has its rewards financially sometimes, scheduling sometimes, and also the effects that you can put on people in your community. And in conclusion, I hope that today you have gained knowledge about the county, knowledge about what EMS does, and hopefully one day you may be a paramedic too. And this is my audience once again, Brooke, Miss Hilda, and Mr. Brown.